Hi guys, welcome back to Amaya's podcast. If you're new to seeing this pretty face on your screen, with the big dog behind me, I'm Amaya. This is Ludo, and this is Amaya's podcast. We don't have topics here. I talk about whatever I want to talk about, and just to preface this video before we start, I want to say that recently I've been running out of storage during these podcasts. I do them weekly. I forgot I had one actually this week. It's been a hectic week, and I totally forgot until I looked at my YouTube channel and I saw that it's already been 7 days since I posted last, and I was like, frick, because I gotta record tonight to get it up before, just get it up on this is my day off. I try and do it on my day off. I just forgot today. It's been pretty hectic, which I'll get into that later. But before I start, I have been running out of storage. So I bet this video is going to get to like 30 minutes and I'll run out of storage. I don't know when. I'll try and keep it shorter than usual. How do content creators do this? Like, do you guys have another phone or something? Like, I've been running out of storage recently during my videos, my longer videos. What I'm doing right now is posting podcast because I love YouTube and I want to stay consistent, but I just started a job, so that's why I haven't gotten really into the order of things yet, to just go with the flow yet, to know when I have I have downtime to edit, but I prefer not to. But for now, we're doing the podcast here. So it's been a hectic week. It's been stressful, to say the least. Chaotic in a good way. There was a snowstorm last weekend. We had a blizzard, didn't we? So it's very cold here in the Midwest. Very cold. And I'm fostering a dog right now. Her name's Dia, and she's actually in my closet right there. She's in her kennel, so she might cry. You might hear her crying because she's jealous of the resident boy that gets to sleep outside of the kennel. And it's currently 10:34 p.m. and that is nobody's fault but my own. So I was thinking about talking about like stuff like that. So taking the blame, accountability. Yeah, I think I should talk about that today because with how things have been going in my life, it's been crazy. But I know that in everything you play a role. Obviously, like what decisions and actions and things have you been doing on a day-to-day basis that lead you to where you are now, whether it be good or bad. And my situation's not good or bad. I mean, I would say it's good. It's better than it's ever been. It's January, and I'm not uber stressed out of my mind like usual. I usually resent the cold, and I feel I usually feel like pretty down in the dumps over the winter time, what you should call seasonal depression. I would say I have found the cure for seasonal depression, and that would be having something to do, but also taking care of yourself. Like, it wasn't just like a fix overnight. This winter I decided to change something. Like, I've been changing over the entirety of my life, I guess, to get better and better every winter. Not perfect, never am. Working on that. I'm a Virgo stellium, working on not accepting that nothing is going to be perfect, really, and not everything is ever going to go exactly how I pictured it. Just let go of control. That's another thing. That's another story. But yeah, with taking the blame for a lot of things, like, my situation isn't 100% where I want it to be, but I'm only 21, and I know that I get to take responsibility and actually change, my life, which is exciting. It can be daunting and scary, but there's, comes a time in your life when you have to choose faith over fear, and if you don't, you're just gonna stay scared. I'm taking my ponytails out. You're gonna stay scared your entire life, which, if that's how you want to live, a lot of people do. A lot of people do want to live that way, stuck in fear. I'm gonna just keep trying and keep going and take accountability for, my part in the parts of my life that I am not happy with. but I'm gonna take full responsibility for the parts that I am proud of and I am happy with. I already got a promotion at my job and we started this month, which is beautiful. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, God. And I'm working with dogs, which is beautiful. I thank God. I get to bring my boy to work with me, which is a dream, which is always what I wanted to do. I love dogs. So I was thinking about this yesterday. So I read a chapter in this book called Soul Over Matter. I know it's written by two people. I'm not entirely sure the author's names, but the chapter was about mistakes and how we take accountability for mistakes, because our society like punishes mistakes only really, like we see with social media and stuff, you really only see like wins and highlight reels, right? We know this. People don't post their losses as much, or the bad things and mistakes, which is, I mean, you don't have to post it, but I feel like it does start to, like, I feel like people are living in a bubble of being afraid to make mistakes. And they do talk about that in the book, how people are scared to make mistakes because of society being like that. And, you know, but I think it said something about how a winner knows how many times they have to lose to get there. But, like, you know what I mean? So basically it's like how you talk to yourself is important, especially after a mistake. Like, you know, don't beat yourself up like maybe your old coach used to, or your parent used to. That's unnecessary, because that's how we learn. It's through mistakes. Like, nobody's perfect. I'm learning that right now. You're not perfect. Nobody is. But, you know, I made a mistake yesterday. I was so tired. It was like 4 a.m. My friend had just left last night. We stayed up and watched a movie later than we meant to, honestly. And I was so tired. And Ludo was chilling on the couch, and he sleeps on the couch very soundly. I have a lot of stuffed animals. I forgot he was on the couch, and I got my foster dog out, who is not good with other dogs. Like, it was just, I knew my goal has been to keep them separate this whole time I have her, not to let them meet. As soon as I let her out, Ludo jumps down off the couch to go say, like, greet her and go smell her, because there's another dog in his room. My fault. And she got pretty upset with him getting in her face and tried to jump on him and was growling, and it got into a little scuffle, honestly. 4 a.m. I was really tired. It was my bad. It is not the dog's fault at all, and I wish that I didn't put them in that situation, but it happened, and now I know what happens, and I know what I'm never gonna do again is I'm always gonna make sure the area is secure before I let the dogs out, any dog out. Just been working on stuff like that. You know, we have cats, trying to keep everybody safe. And at first, of course, I was feeling like, dang, I can't believe I did that for a while, because of the things that could have went wrong. And I start to go over all that, but in reality, you know, everything happens for a reason, and what happened was fine. It went okay. I mean, it wasn't ideal. No, your blood was drawn. They didn't actually bite each other. They were just growling, and I think it was some mouthing, and he listened to me, and I sent him to his kennel, and he listened. I made a mistake. I'm not gonna ever do that again, and I'm sorry to the dogs that I did that, and I'm still working on not beating myself up about it, taking responsibility, because I hear it a lot, like, taking responsibility for anything, like, puts you in control. If you're just gonna blame everything but yourself for everything in your life, you are out of control and you're helpless, you're useless, and that is not really what you want in your life. Like, so what can I do better next time? What will I do better next time? What did I learn from this? It's about wisdom, really. Wisdom does get passed down through generations, but sometimes it doesn't, and we learn through experience, which is the best teacher. Life is the best teacher. I know a dog trainer who says that a lot. His name's Stony Dennis, I think. Yeah, Stony says that. Uncle Stony. But life is the best teacher, which is so true. I read a lot of books, I watch a lot of podcasts, which totally helps like shape my mindset, and like, because you're only as smart as the smartest person you know or something. What? You're only as I'm getting tired. Like, I shouldn't have filmed this late, but it's a mistake that I learned from, and I feel like I do this every week, that I put this off and then I'm rushing to do it, and it gets overwhelming. I was pretty overwhelmed today. My fault. Like, yesterday, your night routine sets up how your morning's gonna go, and my nighttime was just, I had fun with my friend and I stayed up later than I usually do, and I consumed a lot of junk food too at the same time, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I do know personally that the next day I'm not gonna feel my best, and I didn't feel my best this morning. Waking up, I was tired, slept in later than I wanted to. That was gross. Yeah, anyway, but you know, this is just a little bump in the road. It's not the biggest bump I've ever been faced with. Energetically, I'll be okay, always. I'm learning a lot right now, and I feel like I'm being aligned with everything that I need to be aligned with to keep learning at the age that I am. Like, I'm learning how to stop rushing. I have a tattoo that says slow down, and I got it 2 years ago, almost. Good, I need it. It's on the back of my arm though. I don't see it as much as I need to. But, you know, I'm learning a lot. Working, my schedule is not consistent, which is something that's like unsettling, but it's reminding me like every day like why I need to be pushing to work for myself and do things outside of my job to set me up to not have to have my job, if that makes sense. You know, I'm assuming if you're watching my videos you do understand that aspect, because I don't really have viewers yet, and I know when I do it's gonna probably be because I'm aligned with people who think like me, and that's what my channel's for, like, or why I put up videos on YouTube. Even though I don't have any viewers yet, I know I'm gonna like keep posting, keep going. They will eventually find my videos, and I'll keep ew, Ludo, I'll keep waiting for that to happen. Ugh, gross. He's licking his butt. I just got him out of his kennel, and he's like probably more hyped than usual, because I was out for a little bit. Mama's doing her best to get you work so he doesn't have to have a job either, and he can just lounge all day. My bundle of joy. But yeah, things have been going awesome. The snowstorm was cold. We got so much snow. I feel like that's been most amount of snow I've seen in years. I will say that. It is so cold in here. And I'm fostering a dog right now is what I can think of that's happened since last week. I can't go to the gym right now. I'll figure it out. My membership, if you're watching my videos consistently, I did quit my job in October, and I didn't get a job again until December, so my fault, I don't have money to throw around like I used to for a gym membership, and it bounced this month. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I already paid it, but apparently I just paid my annual fee this year for the whole year, I guess, this month, and then the monthly one didn't go through. It's okay. Good thing people make workout videos at home. It is my fault. I'll take accountability for not being able to go to the gym, and it is my fault if I don't work out still. You know, I have a standard for myself. I try not to make it impossible, but I do get overwhelmed sometimes if I don't meet my set standards. But hey, you live and you learn. Lots has been going on is what I can say. Lots of reflection. With my first paycheck though, I'm going to therapy. Thank you. I miss my therapist so much. Last time I saw her was October 1st, and today is January 29th. So it's been some months, and she probably missed me too. Because I've changed. A lot has happened. I would probably have to watch all my old YouTube videos and find out what's been going on, what I should be talking about with her. Made mistakes, learn from them, grow from them, you know. I don't know. Yeah, and just, I'm getting tired. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give up. Next week, I know I probably should film earlier and film whenever I'm free. Earlier, not later in the day. This foster dog, she's a very good girl. She's very sweet. I just think she's not very socialized at all. And I'm not a dog trainer, nor do I want to be. But I do like, and it is very rewarding to train dogs, if that makes sense. No, I don't want it to be my career. However, it's kind of more of like a hobby, obedience and like, you know, training dogs. I don't want to do it on a mass level, and I don't want it to be my source of income. I kind of do it out of just love for the dogs. Like they honestly need it. That's what they're bred to work alongside humans and listen to humans and need us. And there's so many in shelters that don't have that. So I picked up a dog before the snowstorm. Check out my Instagram for my dogs. It's Our Stinkabutts. OurStinkabutts. On Instagram, I did post a reel for Dia for how she did for the first few days. I need to post more for her. I just overwhelm myself when it comes to posting. It's not that hard though. I also taught my French bulldog how to twirl. He's 9 years old. He'll be 11 this year, and it took only 12 days. I thought it was going to take longer. I'm going to go upstairs actually and check to make sure he knows what he's doing after this. But yeah, I'm proud of him. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, training dogs. She doesn't seem very socialized though. Her story that they told me was that she had an owner in an apartment, and then the owner moved out of the apartment, and the landlord went in there, and Dia was still in there by herself. And she's only a little bit over a year. I'll say she has a lot of puppy like qualities and like traits and stuff. Like you could tell she's a puppy. She's very smart. She's probably one of the smartest dogs that I've had in my house that I've came across, if that makes sense. Like the smartest dogs that I've fostered. She picks up on stuff very quickly. Her cons though is that she's kind of fear reactive. I think that's just from lack of socialization and like desensitized. She needs to be desensitized to a lot of things. Like I grabbed her collar one time when she kept nipping my ankles and stuff and nipping my clothes, and so I grabbed her collar to stop her, and she got very scared and barked and grabbed my hand like with her mouth, which hurt. She doesn't like, I know there's not much intent to like keep going, and I don't think it's aggressive. It's more like fear. She's just nervous sometimes. She's sweet. She's not as confident as Ludo is, but she's smarter than him though, I'll say that. She has more drive than him. But she wasn't trying to hurt me. But her bite, I mean, it does though. Like, I mean, she's got teeth. She's a dog. It's sharp. She hasn't broke skin or anything though. So she's just, I think, learning to relax. Like everything is new, like crate training. She doesn't love it, and she'll be real loud about it and let me know she's loud. And she's got some beagle in her, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Beagle Bay, but it's kind of gross. They all make gross noises though. You should hear him whenever it's her turn to be let out and he's jealous and wants to be out. He screams, he makes the grossest noises. These freaking dogs. And every time I get a dog, or like I'm training a dog, I've always forget that the first few weeks is like, makes you not ever want dogs again. I think it's so rewarding though, still to keep going. And I'm a very patient person. I'm so patient. I think it's my superpower, it's a virtue. I think people choose not to be patient, though. I don't even think it's like, what's the word, like something I was born with. I think it's like something I choose to be is patient. Um, but I will say my singing monsters taught me that. I'll make a video about that one day, my singing monsters account. How I grew it patiently, steady over time. Slow and steady wins the race, man. Tortoise and the hare. If there's one thing I remember from day one, slow and steady wins the race. So I'm patient with Dia. I keep extending how long I have her for. Thankfully, my family's been here to help me out with me working and stuff, because that was what I was worried about. I just did it I was gonna do it just for the weekend for the snow. And I fostered dogs where I honestly don't have a problem giving them back. I think that sounds bad, but I think they would do better with somebody else sometimes. I feel bad saying that, but giving Dia back with how much better she is doing, even though she isn't perfect, she's just got so much soul in her eyes, and she's so smart. I know that she's gonna be a good dog for somebody, and not knowing where she ends up does kind of break my heart a little bit thinking about that possibility. So I keep extending how long I have her for. Right now I have her for another week and see how that goes, and we'll just keep seeing how it goes with the flow. If maybe I can post enough, somebody wants to adopt her or train a dog trainer or something, or someone with experience. Like, I don't have as much experience with dogs as I'd like, which is why I foster them, I volunteer. I just try and be present with dogs and get more experience. Like, life is the best teacher. If you want to learn, get out there and get your hands on whatever you want to learn. It's the only way. Like, you can watch all the videos, you can read all the books, you can have someone explain it to you, but until you try for yourself, you're not gonna learn. I thank God that I was an athlete. That I feel like that really helped with the discipline and not being afraid to fail. Because as a cheerleader, 90% of it is failing first. Like learning how to tumble and stuff, like you're gonna fail and fall a lot before you actually get the skill or get where you're trying to go. And it's such a repetition sport, conditioning. Like, it starts from the bottom, the basics, and you gotta just slowly work your way up patiently. You can, I mean, everybody's different, but I think it applies to everything in life. So excuse me. Yeah, we're 20 minutes in. I've been learning a lot of valuable things. I think starting a business and actually learning how to start a business is something that I'm really interested in, and I want to see where that takes me. I know I'm gonna have to be patient, and I know I'm gonna have to switch my mindset, but I'm already big on that anyway, and I have a very open mind to a lot of different perspectives. And I was thinking about it earlier, and I heard somebody else say it, that unfortunately I have the gift of discernment and intuition. I went to a self-defense class and they said that unfortunately he has the gift of discernment. I don't know if that's a great thing or not, but it's a spiritual gift. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I actually really appreciate it, and I know, I'm not gonna say I'm never wrong, but I don't have to say it, and I usually don't. If I think I'm wrong, I will let you know. But I'm not stupid, and I'm very aware, and we all have intuition. It's just if you allow yourself to use it or not, or trust yourself enough. And I've been learning how to trust myself, and it really helps. So it really helps with me meeting new people and being in new environments with everything that I've learned, because even with all this awareness, I'm young, I've been through quite a bit, and trauma's real, PTSD is real. So that's where that faith over fear comes in, and pushing through my comfort zone and thanking God that I am in therapy, that I got into therapy, that I don't knock therapy because I don't know where I will be without my therapist. Very helpful and very insightful. Just following like people who are in a position where you want to be, if that makes sense. Like following people, talking to people who have either been through what you've been through or something similar, and they're on the other side, or they're on a side where at least you'd like to be. Like, this doesn't have to be the end. Take responsibility and do what you can do to change your situation. That's all there is to it. So I'm gonna try and keep giving myself compassion and grace and trust through it all, even though... What? Is somebody... Oh, that might have been Dia. I have a sign on my door. I don't have a lock on my door, and people do just bust in. But I do have a couple signs that say please knock, plus I'm recording, so it gives me an unsettling feeling knowing that I'm sitting like away from the door and I could be walked in on. I feel vulnerable right now. As much as I'm not being vulnerable, it's a vulnerable state. My back is turned to the door and somebody could walk in on my video. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Learning how to trust myself. I am trusting myself and proud.